Good morning, my friends. And what can I tell you? Ah, this segment today, I can't even say chapter. I can't even say paragraph, okay? This sentence, let me read it to you. Or Melanie, do you have it close to you to read it?
Yeah.
She's a better reader than me. Like,
Yes.
like
Okay.
Melanie, look. Let me read it to you. Melanie's here. Read.
Intemperance. Followers do not respect an intemperate leader. Moreover, temperance in any of its various forms destroys the endurance and the vitality of all who indulge in it.
And I was thinking, even somebody who drinks a glass of wine by habit, Monday night, Tuesday night, like just one glass of wine, you have to know that the next day they will not have the vitality and the energy necessary. There's a whole science on how it, and this is why we say, oh, I can't wait for Friday. I want to have a drink. Because technically, you have a drink Friday night, you're not going to your job Saturday morning. It's okay. You have a drink, one drink Saturday night. It's okay because Sunday, you know, but Melanie, this is where I get my woohoo. You understand? Oh my god! Or bad food, bad food.
Even watching TV,
Yeah,
right? So if you say, no, I'm not going to do that until I've done this, then you're under control. But it's when you do the TV before you do the thing you need to do and you lose it.
yeah. No energy. So like intemperance. Like I did not know this word before. Like just by the way, neither in French, English, Italian. Like I intemperance is this temperature? Like I had no clue. Like for me, so I'm so excited that you guys are joining us because today is going to be huge revelation and those things that you thought that were not affecting your growth, financial growth, family growth. Well, today is going to be a big revelation. Okay, so with no further ado, we're going to go over to you, Marie Pierre, to share. This is the Millionaire of the Diamond podcast. We are literally a transformational podcast. Anyways, I know it's transformational because I'm transforming. That's what it is. Okay, so don't come for motivation. It's the first time you're listening to us. And we're not this type of podcast where we're all fancy and dandy. Like sometimes I listen to other podcasts, Melanie, Marie-Pierre, they have these musics and whoa. No, this is not us. This is not us. This is not it. Okay. But I promise you one thing. You adapt yourself and you apply whatever we're doing in this podcast Monday through Friday. It will transform your life. It really will. So who do you want to share this with that how would I use it in a sentence, that are intemperate?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh well, there you go.
Voila.
You have a problem somewhere. 99.9% of the people. No, I'm joking. Marie-Pierre, over to you.
Okay, so it's time to share. So you see the arrow just beside where you write your comment, so you can share on every social media platform. And you have a text in the comment that you can copy paste when you share, so people understand why they should listen to the podcast this morning. But of course, when you have someone in mind, the best way to make sure they will click on the link is to send it directly by messenger or text message, so you make sure that they will listen. And then we have our contest and this morning we announce our winner for the month of May. So first thing, for everyone that post or react or comment on the Facebook group Les Millionnaires de Diamants Inspirational Group, you gain point during the month, and our top 10. I'm so happy that she has her mug. Les Millionnaires de Diamants. Okay, so our top 10 for the month of May. So we have number 10, Ibiza. Congratulations. And
Oh,
then, I don't know, it's someone that joined 39 weeks ago, but never posted before. I don't know.
okay. So Jacqueline, go write her a private message. Love it.
Yes, and then we have number 9, Annabelle Barre, number 8, The Page Awakened, and then we have the same one that for the last 3 weeks we talked. Number
No.
7, Number 7, Nadia Badam. Number 6, Linda Casavan. Number 5, Sherry Novak. Number 4, Kedra Sofingasol. Number 3, Lise Boucher. Number 2, Louise Gauthier. And number 1, Martha Noel. So connection to our top 10 for the month of May. So you want your voucher to go shop on the boutique Les Millionnaires de Diamants. So you can always ask for the voucher now, or you can decide that you will accumulate them so you can order something bigger. So just send me a message to get your voucher. And then we have the draw for everyone that when you post, you tag Les Millionnaires de Diamants, so with the boutique or with the books Les Millionnaires de Diamants. And our winner this month is Jackson Martel. So congratulations. Yeah. So again, we just started the new month, so you can play this month to be in the top 10 and to be in the draw. So make sure that you always post and you tag Les Millionnaires de Diamants. And last thing, if you don't already have your ticket for the next conference, it's time to click on the link to be with us. It's a virtual conference. That means that you can join us from everywhere in the world. But for those that are close and you want to be in the studio with us, you can send me a
I'll
message
make
when
it
you get your
too.
ticket to be with us in the studio. Yes, Maria will be in Italy for the next one. So you can really join from all around the world. Even the one that she's doing the conference is gonna be all around the world. So voila, get your ticket now.
Thank you so much. So let's dive in. Let's dive in. I'm too excited because, oh my God, all these names of people were going through my mind. So once again, thank you for being here. I see Sherry is here. Thank you, Sherry, for taking care of Tammy. She couldn't get in the condo in Saint Agathe. The sisterhood is here. Matthew Noel is with us. Good morning, Olga. Good morning, Lise. I don't see Louise, guys. It's like I haven't seen her for a while, or maybe I don't know. Can somebody put her face on the milk carton, please? We have Mathieu Noel and Martin. Martin Noel. Oh, did I just realize that? Oh, Maria. Okay. Jacqueline is the mother of the group, the Millionaire of the Diamonds. She takes care of that group. Thank you so much, my beautiful Jacqueline. Megan is with us. I have Nala. Good morning. Do I know her? Sue is with us this morning. Sue is with us. Jennifer, our brand new director. Yes. Okay, welcome, guys. Hey, Valérie Lapassé. I just saw her name. Yes. Mélanie Beauchamp. Okay, guys, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. Let me dive right in. Okay, what is intemperance? I want to start with a question. Have you ever seen somebody who seemed to have everything, like everything, the talent, the charisma, the influence, the opportunity, the money, and the platform, and then little by little they lost it all? And you know what, just in my Tupperware world, I was thinking of the person who recruited Annie Marchand, and I'm trying to think, my God, she lost $10 million, like literally. Do you understand, guys? I'm going, oh my God. Okay, little by little they lost it all, not because they weren't talented enough, not because they weren't smart enough, not because they didn't work hard enough, but because they couldn't control one single area of their life. In this case, the one who lost, Annie Marchand, had a huge ego problem. Yes, Napoleon Hill calls this intemperance. Most people immediately think about alcohol and drugs. And yes, that is certainly falls in this category. This is why, you don't drink Monday through Friday, because you got to work the next day, and you cannot have the same energy, the same passion, the same excellence if you're trying to get over just 8 ounces of alcohol, right? You keep it for the weekend. Self-control is the key here. Okay. And today we're going to go a little bit deeper than the obvious ones, which are alcohol and drugs. We're going to go a little bit deeper that makes us lose our self-control, and it becomes stronger than our discipline. And it is anything that can slow you down or slowly take control of what you should be doing but are not doing. So let's look at history for a second. Let's look at Whitney Houston, one of the most gifted voices in the world that we know of still today. Millions of albums sold, global influence, a voice that could move people into tears. Me, I'm a Whitney Houston lover. And yet substance abuse slowly robbed her health, her career, and eventually ended her life way too young. The talent was never the problem. The discipline was never the problem. The one weakness became stronger than all of her other strengths. Think about that for just one moment. One weakness can be stronger than 10 strengths. So think about it. You need to walk away from this podcast. What is that one thing that would give me more passion, more vitality, more focus? Think about it. What about Tiger Woods? Remember Tiger Woods? Nobody's going to argue about his talent. No, no, no. Discipline. This man was disciplined, focused, competitive. He was driven. But unfortunately, that one thing he couldn't control, sex, okay, destroyed everything. His family, his supporters, his Adidas, Nike, like he lost everything. Okay, the power of the comeback. Now, you could have an element that is stopping you from going to your next level. So let's talk about Robert Downey Jr. Now, if you don't know him by his name, it's Iron Man. Iron Man. At one point, he had everything. The addiction nearly destroyed his career. Thank God we had somebody that took him by the hand and said, I came out of it. Let me help you. So he lost opportunities, credibility. He lost trust. Many people wrote him off completely, but he made a decision. He regained control. He rebuilt his life. And today he's one of the most respected actors in the Hollywood world. Who doesn't know Iron Man? I know Iron Man. I follow all the Iron Mans. Okay. So the story reminds us that no matter how far we've fallen, recovery is always possible when self-control returns. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about, a podcast that is transformational. Modern addictions look a little bit differently today versus when the book was written, right? Napoleon Hill, okay? And we don't talk enough about them. So I want to dive into something that is very relevant in the 21st century, okay? Because most of us aren't battling with drugs or alcohol. Our addictions, our addictions wear different clothes today. What do you mean, Maria? Well, some people today are addicted to anger. You know, they'll put a hole in the wall or they'll throw the dish on and break it. Okay. Other addictions are things like being right. You know, I've spoken to people that they're so addicted to being right. And I mean, as I was preparing the podcast, I was thinking of all these people and I say, oh my God, oh my God, the outbursts destroy years of trust. The ego becomes larger than anything. They just stop learning because they think they know it all. They stop listening. And some people are addicted to spending. In the 21st century, that has become a massive problem, spending, because everything as is at our fingertips. I'm going on holiday and it's so easy to just in the basket, spend. You know, like it's so easy. So everything around us is creating new addiction. And one of my favorite ones that I definitely wanted to talk about is people being addicted to busyness. I think they think it's sexy. You see mothers today driving their kids to school when they could take the bus. They're going and get their kids at lunchtime when they could eat at school. They're picking up their kids. They're bringing them to hockey, soccer. Like it's like they're literally addicted to busyness and they're addicting their kids to busyness, which means always moving, always busy, always doing, and yet never accomplishing what really matters. And then the last one I had to bring to the pay table in the 21st century is social media, scrolling, comparing, watching everyone else's life, constant distraction, constant stimulation, constant dopamine. Talk to me about a natural drug, a natural fix. Never staying focused long enough to create something meaningful. So it's the era of ADHD. Let's say that a lot of these things aren't helping. So in the last 43 years, I've met a lot of people that had more talent than me, more education than me, more charisma than me. They knew how to train better than me, but their lack of self-control, none of them are here. You see, it's self-control to keep your promises, to stay focused, to stay humble, to stay disciplined, even if you succeeded at something. So, my question is, where are you lacking a little bit of control? Is it emotions? Is it spending? Is it bad eating habits? Is it social media? Is it maybe that one glass of wine that you think is harmless every single night? Is it your stinky attitude? Is it your inability to have a schedule? Like, what is it? What is it? Because if you don't figure it out, slowly, slowly, you will erode every possibility you had to become that person you desire to become and to be that person that your family looks up to. Now, there's a science behind this, and I'm going to leave you for the science, the academic part, in the hands of Melanie Miller.
Thank you, Maria. And as you were talking, I was thinking about another addiction, and probably this is one that affects young men more than anything else, which is gaming on computers, where people just can't leave it and they have to go back to do the next level or whatever. So when we hear the word intemperance, many people immediately think about alcohol or drugs. I'm not sure that's true. I think intemperance is a very old word, and I think there are not many people who have any understanding of what the word might mean. But when you delve into it, that is the place that people go to, right? Alcohol or drugs. But Hill is talking about something much broader. Temperance is the ability to exercise self control, moderation, and balance. Intemperance is the opposite. It occurs when a person allows impulses, appetites, emotions, or desires to take control of their decisions. And this can appear in many different ways. As Maria said, alcohol, gambling, excessive spending, uncontrolled anger. It might involve ego, pride, status seeking, or a constant need for attention and recognition. In every case, the common factor is the same. The person loses the ability to regulate themselves. And for a leader, that can become extremely dangerous because leadership requires judgment, and judgment becomes compromised when impulses take control. Interestingly, modern neuroscience provides a very clear explanation for why this happens. The part of the brain responsible for self control is called the prefrontal cortex. Located just behind the forehead, it's responsible for planning, reasoning, decision making, impulse control, considering long term consequences. You could think of it as the brain's chief executive officer. Its job is to help us pause before acting, think before speaking, consider consequences before making decisions. But there's another system operating in the brain as well, the brain's reward system. This system involves structures such as the nucleus accumbens and dopamine pathways. Its job is to encourage behaviors that feel pleasurable or rewarding. When we receive praise, win money, make a purchase, receive a social media notification, or experience excitement, dopamine is released. And I remember when Alan and I emigrated to Australia, and we had days where we just thought, oh, what have we done? This is so hard. We have nobody to be with. You know, we were down. What would we do? We'd go out spending, and then we'd feel a lot better. Dopamine feels good. The problem is that the brain can begin to crave that feeling. And when the desire for the reward becomes stronger than the ability to regulate it, intemperance begins to develop. This is one reason why highly successful leaders can sometimes experience spectacular failures. They may be intelligent, talented, have excellent business skills, but if they lose control of their impulses, those strengths can be undermined. The leader who cannot control spending may create financial problems. The leader who cannot control anger may destroy relationships. The leader who constantly seeks admiration may stop listening to others. And the leader who becomes addicted to risk may make reckless decisions. The issue is not intelligence, the issue is self regulation. And neuroscience shows that repeated behaviors strengthen neural pathways. The more a person gives into an impulse, the easier it becomes to repeat it. Over time, the behavior can begin to resemble an addiction. Not necessarily an addiction to a substance, but an addiction to a feeling of excitement, of power, of recognition, of being right. And what happens to people who work with an intemperate leader? Psychologically, inconsistency creates stress. Human beings thrive when they feel safe and can predict what is going to happen. But when a leader's behavior becomes unpredictable, people become anxious. The brain's threat detection system, the amygdala, becomes more active. Trust begins to decline. People become cautious. Communication becomes guarded. Creativity decreases. And eventually, the culture of the team suffers. This is why one person's lack of self control can affect an entire organization. Temperance is not about becoming boring. It is not about removing all enjoyment for life. It is about remaining in control of the things that could otherwise control us. It is about ensuring that our decisions are driven by values and purpose rather than impulses and emotions. The strongest leaders are not those who never experience temptation. They are the ones who recognize it and manage it. They understand that short term pleasure should never be allowed to destroy long term success. Perhaps this is why Hill considered intemperance such a dangerous weakness, because leadership is ultimately about influence. It requires trust. The people we lead must believe that we can govern ourselves before they are willing to trust us to help guide others. So perhaps temperance is really the discipline of remaining master of our own behavior. Because when we lose control of ourselves, we eventually lose the ability to lead others effectively. And now I'm going to hand you over to Marie Pierre, who is going to help us discover just how temperate or perhaps intemperate we are. Over to you, Marie Pierre.
Thank you, Melanie. So, yes, we continue with the quiz because we realize that the question is not if you have an addiction. The question is there an area in your life where your impulse are stronger than your intention? And everyone has something that we struggle more to control than something else. So today the quiz is to see without judgment, but with honesty, where you can make a difference. So let's start with the first question. So again, this morning it's A, B, or C for each question. So question number one. So you've had a stressful day. You finally sit down for just a few minutes. 1 hour later, what happened? A, I spent an hour scrolling on my phone. B, I wasted more time than I wanted to. Or C, I did what I planned and stopped when I said I would. Question number two. You promised yourself that you would start this new habit tomorrow. Tomorrow arrives. What usually happens? A, I move the start date again. B, I start but don't stay consistent. Or C, I follow through even when I don't feel like it. Question number three. Someone says something that really upset you. What is your first reaction? A, I react immediately. B, I calm down eventually but still react emotionally. Or C, I pause before responding. Question number four. You're trying to save money and you see something that you really want. So what happened? A, I often buy it anyway. B, sometimes I wait, sometimes I don't. Or C, I stick to my financial plan. And question number 5, you have some free time, so what usually wins? A, whatever feels good right now. B, a mix of pleasure and priorities. Or C, what matter most long term. So did you get mostly A's, mostly B's, or mostly C's? So if you have mostly A, you are the impulse follower. So you are not lacking intelligence, but you are not lacking potential either, but you are allowing your emotion, your urge, and your mood to make too many decisions for you. So the problem is not the ability, but the problem is consistency. So your future will change when your commitment becomes stronger than your feelings. If you have mostly B, now you are the struggler. So you are aware, you know what you should do, you often start strong. Your challenge here is to stay consistent when that motivation disappears. So the next level will come from that discipline and not the inspiration to wait that it will come. And if you have mostly C, you are that self master. So you have learned that its success is not built by occasional big decision, but it's built by daily self control. So you don't win every battle, but you constantly choose what matters most over what feels best in the moment. And this is what is leadership. So now it's time to realize what is that one thing that will make a big difference. That if you regain control, that your life would improve immediately. So maybe it's social media, maybe it's spending, maybe it's food, your sleep, anger, complaining, procrastination, negative thinking, people pleasing, business. So what is that one thing? You don't need to write it in the comment if you don't want to. Write it on a piece of paper. If I regain control of that thing, my life would improve. And think about the cost of that thing. So write down again on that piece of paper 1 to 3 things that this lack of self control has already cost you. So maybe it's money, maybe it's opportunities, maybe it's relationship, your health, your confidence, time, or your peace of mind. And now think about one thing that you can replace. Don't start big, start small. One habit about this thing that you want to take control of. So one habit, and you don't just remove it, but you want to replace it. So for example, if for you it's scrolling, so you can change scrolling by reading 10 pages. If for you it's complaining, so write 3 gratitude instead. If it's procrastinating, so take that 5 minutes of action. Not to say I do everything on my list. No, take 5 minutes of action. Start small. If it's that impulse pending for you, now install that wait for 24 hours. So you want to replace that habit that you would go right away by something that you can really take control. So 3, practice to make sure that you master that self-control. Number 1, keep one promise to yourself every day. Start small again. Build trust with yourself. Number 2, pause before reacting. That 10-second pause can save a relationship. Keep that in mind. And number 3, make that temptation harder. So remove maybe the app that waste too much. You waste too much time on your phone, or put something in a distance between you and that habit. If it's food, so don't have it in your house. So make that temptation harder, so it's gonna be easier. So again, you can ask yourself, what would your future self would thank you for doing this thing today? So you're gonna take the thing in mind, and when you keep that in mind, you take the better decision. So on that, I wish you a beautiful day, and we'll continue on the subject tomorrow morning. Bye, everyone.